What up? You guys, welcome back to ACS Universe. It's been a minute since I put like a video up on my channel that's just the ACS Universe. But I have like been on a YouTube stream every single day this week. So that's, there's neither here nor there. But welcome to the ACS Universe. Welcome back. My guest Belle, she'll be here soon. She has some things going on where she'll it kind of delayed her just a bit. But in the meantime, I am being joined by my fellow nerd. What's his name? Dawson.
What's up, man?
What up?
And yeah, Brigham holding a sword.
Yes, Brigham is
your lucky day.
Many women around the world would love to see me hold my sword.
You can't get any better than that. Lean more up against the wall.
The way this stream just started, there you go. Brigham talking about women holding his sword. All right, there we go. So a lot of things went on this week. I've talked about them at length on other streams and things, but some stuff dropped today that I haven't got a chance to talk about, converse of. Let's see who's in the chat. Yo, Nicotina he said, I heard this stream is going to be live from the gym. No, it's not. Could have been, but it's not. Nova Joe Fire. Yes. Geek Studios. What's good? Kevin O'Donnell. LOL. Nicotina wants to watch me work out. That's basically what that boils down to. And y'all says Dawson.
Yes.
We're in sickness. Was good. He said, what? Joey says they don't like Belle Reve. Yeah, she'll be here soon, man. Also, yes, Joey, what's good? Chubby Tiz, I said, oh yeah, dang, swole gangster. Dude, I wish I was a swole gangster, but, not really, but there's that. Master, when you were cracking up like an and sickness says best response. Yeah, pretty much. So Dawson,
you can't beat that sword comment from Brigham.
Yes, you can. That's the perfect opening for the show. So Dawson,
I need to clip that from my show now.
Yes.
Just have at the beginning, like, all the women in the world want to see me hold my sword.
That's the best opening to say to any girl in the world. It's the best pickup line.
I don't know if that's
I don't know if that
from two men that are married to you. I would say no to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the perfect thing. But so Dawson, man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I just got off a 4-hour and 20-minute stream a little bit ago.
Yeah, you did.
It's like, goodness. I bit, like I said before the show to you, I bit off a little more than I could chew with my latest art stream, where I decided to draw 2 characters and the setting on a stream. We'll show it in a little bit. I'm sure. No, that was Red Death, but I did a different one today. But yeah, that freak, man. I was tired after that, so I had some food, came back here, and here we are.
And our guest is with us. Let's welcome for the first time to the ACS Universe, Belle Reve. What's up?
Hey,
hello.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
We're doing good.
I can't really complain.
Yeah. Not much to complain about. I mean, there's some stuff we can complain about, but there's let's see. Fun fact before Belle gets here, she used to live down the street from me. Did she? You know sickness, Belle?
We're from the same city.
Oh, really?
Well, there you go.
There's a lot of cities in the world,
Yeah. What is this? Yeah, okay. Have you met Belle? Have you met Dawson? Oh, let me do it this way.
Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. It's my little brother Brigham.
Yes.
He just got into town, so he's just hanging out here for a quick minute.
I literally just walked in the door. Not just walked in the door, because I was here a couple of seconds ago.
Yes.
So, Belle, if you want to tell my audience about yourself, that some of them have probably not seen some of your content, so put yourself out there.
I am a humongous BBS fan.
Same.
I am a DC fan, an animation fan, and I've been an animation fan ever since I was a kid. So these characters, that's how I know them, is through animations and in films. I didn't start reading into comics until after BVS, to be honest with you. So
okay.
BVS really changed my whole perspective on superheroes.
Oh, nice. That's the same thing that like Ray had been saying. Ray Porter, we talked to him. He really wasn't well versed on Darkseid before he got the role to play Darkseid, and after he got him, he's been into. Hey, what was the issue number? Was it 29? Oh, he can't hear me. You're muted.
Oh yeah, I got you. Sorry.
Yeah. No. What was the issue number? It was 29, right?
Yeah, Superman number 29.
Yes. Doesn't have anything to do with Darkseid, but no, he was saying like that he hadn't really read up on the character before he got the role, and once he got the role, then he did a bunch of research or whatever. So yeah, BVS is me and Dawson. BVS is like up here.
I got my copy of BVS Ultimate Edition Remastered today in the mail.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, dude, I don't have one, man.
And I opened it on my stream. I got it. My wife brought it in the room, and I was like, yes. So very, very happy right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Dude, I want to see it. You haven't watched it yet, right? You've been
no, I just got it a couple hours ago.
Okay, cool.
And I was streaming for 4.5 hours, Anthony. So
So basically the topic is Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's pretty much what we've been talking about for weeks, ever since the movie was released. And so for my audience, Belle, who haven't seen your videos and your response, your reaction to the movie, what is like, I guess, like an overall thing about Zack Snyder's Justice League?
It's a good movie. I had to watch it. To be honest with you, I watched it all the way through 3 times, and I've watched it all together 13 times, like playing in the background.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, the first time, like I was like, I guess because I have PTSD from Justice League, so a lot of the scenes, like the Heroes Park scene, kind of was like a letdown. But then I started watching it more, and then I was like, okay, yeah, this is better. It just keeps getting better and better the more I watch it. But I'm happy that we got his true vision of his just his vision in general. Like, I'm glad that we got that. But it's not my favorite Zack Snyder movie. BVS is. Yeah, well, that's there's been a lot of those type of responses to it. Which is, the movie's fire. I love it. But yeah, it's still, even though I've probably seen it 10 plus times too. It's just like, yo, it's still resonating with me. I guess probably because I've been watching Man of Steel since 2013, and that's really been able to like sink in over, what is that, 8 years or some shit, whatever. But that's still my favorite as of now. And then BVS, and then this movie. But as far as Zack Snyder's Justice League goes, like it's going to take a little bit more. It might. I'm pretty sure it might rise up on the list because it's set pieces, visual effects, all of that shit. But like those other movies just hit differently. Like when they came out, like especially the first time I saw the Ultimate Edition of BVS, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like how did this is coming from a person who saw the theatrical cut like 7 times in the movies. Like, I like the theatrical cut a lot, but the Ultimate Edition is like better.
Yeah, it's on another level. On another level. So Dawson, your thoughts on Zack Snyder's Justice League?
When it comes to Zack Snyder's Justice League, you talk about the scenes that were similar in Justice League, right? I remember the first time I watched it, when I saw those scenes and the differences that they had, I cheered. I was just like, yes! Like when Wonder Woman was introduced and the guy said, I don't believe it, and she said, believe it, instead of the stupid I'm a believer thing. I was like, thank you. That's so much better. Yeah. And literally, I think 3 times during my first viewing of the movie, I just said out loud, I hate Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers. I hate them so much for keeping this movie from me. Yeah. And I'll agree. It's not my favorite of them. It's definitely up there as one of my favorites. Just because of all of the great character development in the story. And like you, BVS is my favorite movie of all time, hence why I got the remastered version. I freaking love that movie so much. And Man of Steel, I mean, all of Zack's stuff, like Ultimate Cut of Watchmen, I mean, all the cuts of Watchmen, honestly. Man of Steel, BBS, I mean, hell, even Owls of Gahul is freaking amazing.
That shit's fire, yeah.
So it's hard to, like, say which one's a favorite, except for BBS, of course. But Zack Snyder's Justice League is just another prime example of just how good Zack can make a freaking movie. And of course, we also have the comparison of the Justice League, right? I mean, obviously, Zack Snyder's Justice League is eons better than Justice League, way better. But of course, like Anthony said, it'll take some time for us to like really let it soak in and see like how much better it ends up being down the road. Because as of right now, it has great rewatch value for me because I've watched it like 6 times now, just because it's so satisfying, and also we're trying to like get those viewership numbers up, of course. But yeah, I did really like it. I loved. Here's just one little thing. I loved the fact that in this version, Bruce Wayne understands what the people in the village are saying and speaks their language rather than looking around confused like he doesn't understand in Justice League. Yeah. That drove me nuts in Justice League. I was like, in BVS, you literally had him as a linguist who speaks Russian, and now all of a sudden he can't speak this freaking language. I mean, give me a freaking break. Yeah. So, yeah, those are my thoughts.
Reese said BVS is my favorite film, but that's Justice League. Yo, it's crazy because I can just throw that shit on and I'll watch it for 30 minutes. Whatever I'm doing in here, I watch it and I'll catch myself watching it. And if I have to stop it for whatever reason, it is what it is. But like, I can always just come back to it. It's a thing where like, I watched Godzilla versus Kong the other night and felt like I was betraying somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was like, am I supposed to be doing this? But yeah, it's very, very, very rewatchable. Nicotina Show says, "What's up, Belle?"
I'll get him out of here.
Yeah. What's up, Nicotina? What's shot, Kelly? No, yeah, dude. Okay, since with this comment, let me ask you guys: like, were there scenes that, like, as they started to happen, you were like, "Oh no," like in the movie? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you one of mine anyway. I thought the headbutt thing between Wonder Woman and Kal-El was fire, but like I didn't think that was Zack's. I thought that was Joss's because of what it led up to afterwards. Like right after it, what happens, and it happened, and I was like, oh shit. And so I was a little bit like, yo, is he gonna say something that's definitely bleeding? Please tell me that does not fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? So that was the scene where I saw it, where I started getting a little bit like, oh. And then it changed. It did a 180, and it went in a direction that it probably should have went in the first place. But Belle, do you have any scenes like that where you were watching and you were just like, oh shit?
Yeah, Heroes Park was that scene.
Yeah. It's kind of because it's very similar. Which the Flash running with Kal-El seeing him.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny from the get. Like the first time I saw it, and I'm not surprised that was Zack's, just because I saw like there was some behind the scenes stuff where Zack was on set and Ezra had on the dolly thing where he was, maneuvering around or whatever. So I figured that was Zack's. But when it got to that point, I was like, oh no, is this, whatever. So Dawson, do you have any scenes like that?
I'd have to say it was that Wonder Woman one.
Which you
well, not the Kal-El, no, but again, her introduction when it was playing out very similarly, of course, with a different score and somewhat similar dialogue, of course, just a little bit better. I was really worried. I was like, oh crap, how similar is this? Is she still going to say I'm a believer? And again, like I mentioned before, when she said believe it, I literally jumped out of my chair and cheered. I was like, okay, thank you. Yeah. I was about to have a heart attack if that was still in there. I was like, no, please, for the love of everything that's holy, please do not let that be in this version. And it wasn't, which great.
Another thing about that Wonder Woman introduction too, I didn't think the lasso scene was that when she pulled the dude up with the lasso because it just looked kind of weird or whatever. And I saw that and I was like, oh no. But when she burst through the doors and then it was like showing all of the bullet dots, like I was like, yo, that's fire. This is gonna be, I wasn't even scared that the explosion was gonna be anything similar to what happened
right It wasn't just going to be like a 4-foot diameter explosion that's supposed to blow up 4 city blocks, apparently.
Yeah. So, Belle, what'd you think of the Wonder Woman scene? The entire thing, like in comparison to what we got like 4 years ago.
It was definitely Zack vibes when she started going in there and effing up all those terrorists, just throwing them around.
Yeah.
Their heads getting bashed, from the wall. I was like, damn, okay, yeah, this is the Wonder Woman compared to 84. I was like, okay, yeah, this is my Wonder Woman. And like, I was very, very pleased with that scene. But the only thing, I'm gonna be honest, the only thing I kind of had an issue with, and I guess it's maybe a nitpick, but the building blew up anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it did. Nobody, well, I don't know who got hurt outside. I mean, yeah, who knows?
I mean, there was fallen debris, but like, it was just slightly different to the point where, like, yes, she saved the people because like the blast was that way instead of. But that's true. The building did blow up anyway.
Yeah, it did.
Still a good scene though.
Yeah,
no, it's still fire. It's still fire. Yeah. Sickness. Wait, don't cheer out Nicotina, man.
Don't do that.
Yeah, he does have multiple layers. Somebody else with the high Nicotina.
Don't go Nicotina. Never go full Nicotina.
well, yeah. Look, Nicotina. He's trying to soften you up now. He's like, I see that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Dawson did a fire picture on the stream. BVS is my go-to move for all occasions. Yeah, BVS is fire. Let's see. Josh just sexualized. Dude, sexualized her in the whole movie. Like she's just trying to show her fucking cheeks the entire time. So there's that. They're talking to each other. I'm good. I'll be on later tonight. Nobody cares. Yeah.
Well done on that one. Yes.
Yo, so I posted this on Instagram that we were doing this show, Bell, and everybody thinks we're streaming from the gym. Like, I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Because we both work out and shit. They're just like, y'all streaming from the. I was like, we don't even live like close to each other for that to even be a possibility.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Why did they ask that about me?
I mean, you go to the gym?
Sometimes. It's not open around here.
Oh, yeah. Mine's are what, dude.
It's not my fault.
Yours aren't open either, are they, Belle? Are yours open?
I'm sorry?
Are your gyms open?
Yeah, I'm in Washington right now, and I'm outside of Fort Lewis in Lacey. The rules over here are not as strict, I feel, like in like California or like states like that. But they just have like hardcore rules, like you gotta still wear your mask when you go in the gym, but you're able to take it off. They're slowly starting to get back to normal over here.
Gotcha.
Mine have been wide open for almost an entire, like they shut down for a little bit and then everything just opened up in Georgia. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised I hadn't died yet. Dude, you go to, if you pass by a restaurant and you look in there, every single chair is full of people. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So we have no stipulations. At the gym, you wear a mask when you come in, you take it off, and then you have to wear it when you leave, whatever, or as you move about the gym. But it's great compared to other states. Yeah, there are no limits on personnel in a place or anything. So
wow.
Dang.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
Sounds like Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Considering we just, got an all-star game taken from us. But Nicotina says Belle is always eating. Are you? What are you eating?
Popcorn.
Oh, okay, nice. Barcy, what's good?
What's up, Barcy?
The gym is in your heart. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, Reese. Okay.
Yeah.
You do you, boo-boo.
It's all this, yeah. Which we are. Barcy, what's good?
Have some random people in the background just peeking over the bench bar, just like, what are you talking about over there? You get your reps in?
Creepy motherfuckers in the gym. So let me bring this shit up. All right, here we go. So this got put out there the other day. Let me bring it up because it's not showing. It's this tweet with this fire art
Yes.
on it. This was the best experience of my career working with Zack Snyder. This is Jojo Aguilar. I worked a long time, and by far he was the most professional, most personable, and coolest. And thanks, JL Evil One, for introducing me. JL Evil was always fire. JL Evil come on the show because
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Dawson would have a field day with that, and you see Jay.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and the fact that I know that he's watched all my videos, I'm just like, dude, get on my show. Like now.
Yes. So this is the one he dropped last night while we were live on Four Nerds, and he was just like, yo, like this is Granny Goodness and this is fire. Belle, what you think about Granny Goodness right here?
I think she looks bad as fuck. She looks realistic, like not like in the animation. The animation, she's like, like a real old lady. But here she looks like she can still kick your ass, So like that's what I like about her.
Yeah. Dawson, man, what do you think?
I liked it a lot as someone who loves art. I love the way that it's designed. I love the suits. I love how it's got a similar feel to the other Apocalyptans, like the Sod and Darkseid, but at the same time, it's not quite to that extreme just because she's not like them. I just think it's, again, Jojo Aguilar, fantastic job. Bravo, man.
Fire. And then there's this, dude.
Oh, man.
So, like, definitely not Trevante Rhodes. Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. I think this is fire. I like I wish it was a little bit brighter because it looks like it's basically just black and green, I'm guessing, or maybe black and chrome. Is that what it looks like to you guys?
Yeah, like black, sort of more matte material and then green chrome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you think about when you first saw it? Because this was after the stream last night. This was after like Four Nerds. This came up and I was almost in the bed and I was like, yo, what is this shit? And there's some more we're going to look at. But what did you think when you first saw this, Dawson?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. I mean, I thought one thing that really stood out to me about this, and I mentioned in my video earlier today, is that I liked how the green on his suit isn't the obnoxious bright green.
Yeah.
But it's like the nice dark green so that like the symbol and the rings stand out, right? It's not overwhelming to look at. The suit looks really nice. I think just the concept in general just looks really, really good. And it's just another example of like, you can look at Warner Brothers and say, hey, you took this away from us. What the heck, man?
Yeah.
Which I think was the intention.
Yeah. And hopefully there's a sometime soon we might see
the Green Lantern cut.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fire. Well, but you know what? Like, I wouldn't want to take away from our dude Martian Manhunter either.
Yeah, man. That's true.
Let me see him and Martian Manhunter both land right there at Bruce's crib, like right when at the end of that shit when it's at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So, Belle, what do you think about the Green Lantern? This picture that was posted yesterday.
I was kind of mad, to be honest with you, because why would Warner Brothers say no to that?
Because there's
right.
Yeah.
I love Zack's response to that, where he's like, they told him no, and he's like, well, why not? And they're like, well, we're gonna do our own thing with Jon Stewart. And he's like, you do realize what the multiverse is, right?
Yeah.
You can have multiple different versions of characters. Basically, he's like, you're doing this whole multiverse thing, so why can't I do mine?
Yeah.
And you can do yours. They're like, no, we don't want you to do that. It's like, hell. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, makes zero sense. And let's see, he's hold up. Jon Stewart. Yeah, that dude, he looks fire, man. Jon Stewart looks great. One of us, dude. We'll see what happens to that. Did they confirm the actor that everyone was talking about last night? No confirmation. I haven't seen any official confirmation.
Yeah.
So
I saw people try to say like, "Oh, it looks like Lil Nas X," and I'm just like, "No, please, I love everything that's holy." No.
Yeah, it's for real. But dude, just look at it, man, and it's in that pose, that iconic. Oh, dude, look, just look at the take. I can't. And this, what Zack does is sooner or later we'll get to see the official whatever, because that's just that's just what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially if this back and forth with Warner Brothers keeps going, like
Yeah.
you know he's going to release that clip that he
Yeah.
shot in his backyard at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah, because that's what he does, man. And we'll get into that in a little bit, like what's been going on back and forth with them, talking about canceling movies and things, and then Zack's just like, oh, cool, but guess what? We live in a society. Let me drop this clip on you real quick, which was fire. But yeah, Jon Stewart looks, dude. Let me see that. And then obviously just little concept stuff with Martian Manhunter. We got to see this actually in the movie. So this is it looks fire on screen as much as it does right here. Belle, what do you think? Go ahead, Dawson.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But what's interesting about this is that this design looks like pretty much dead on accurate to what we saw in the movie.
Yeah,
like extremely dead on accurate. And while yes, the other continuity that will be brought up later isn't quite as accurate to what we got, but that might be a good display of how accurate that image of Jon Stewart is to what we would have gotten, how he was going to look, and that we just didn't get. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
All right.
No worries.
What'd you think about it, Belle? The Martian Manhunter, like when you first saw it on the screen, as well as like this concept art.
And you know, we already knew a lot of this was gonna happen. So it wasn't really that much of a surprise.
Right.
Oh, not a surprise, but like, what'd you think when you saw it? Like, I wasn't surprised either, but like, when you actually saw him though, like the first time.
I think he looks good. He does look a lot like the actor Harry.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna look a little more alien, like maybe have like the cone shape in the back of his head,
like the concept art.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't love the look, but I mean, I still want to see more Martian Manhunter. I want to see his backstory and more about his character.
Exactly.
Nice. And to give his opinion on Martian Manhunter.
Oh no. Oh gosh, dang it.
What's up?
Why are you here?
Because I just couldn't let you, man. I just couldn't let you be alone tonight.
Son of a...
Hey, we're both wearing Batman shirts. What are the odds?
That's fantastic, Ryan.
Belle, do you know Ryan?
I know of him.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Ryan,
many people know me as Ryan. From Parade Porter. As far as like Martian Manhunter, it looked cool. I like the transformation and all that. The only thing I didn't like, or kind of like, which is kind of odd because they do CG capes, was his cape. His cape was like flowing like it was underwater. It was like even when he was flying away or like just kind of sitting in front of Bruce at the end, his cape was just like, it was just flowing odd for me, and like like with Henry and with Ben, they have CG capes. They have the little like orange dots or whatever on their suits, and it's like, so they're the art department or whatever, it's nothing new to them. I mean, yes, it wasn't exactly, I guess, the same people who the studio used. Zack was using a different VFX team, but I mean, that's the only thing that stood out to me. Everything else is pretty cool, pretty fire. I liked his face. I liked the detail and all that. That was cool. His eyes glowing red. I thought it was odd that he would just transform in the like outside in sort of the foyer, the hallway. Because like, what if some kid came by and was like, like what? What is this? Yeah, he's like, oh.
Well, here's the thing that didn't happen though.
But the thing is that the thought is there. So if the thought's there, then go ahead and proceed with the thought. Even though it didn't happen, there was a possibility of that happening.
There's possibility of anything happening.
Yeah.
You damn right. I rest my case.
All right. So and the final picture that came with this tweet, right, is crazy because this isn't what we got in the nightmare sequence with Joker. this is like I like what we got. I don't. This one right here is a little bit weird. It looks like he came straight off of the
Suicide
set
Squad.
of Suicide Squad. Yes, it does.
Mhm.
With the burns on the face.
Yeah, I think they didn't have the talks yet with Jared as far as like you know what their representation was. You know, I'm sure that Zack was like, nah, this is just it's a small scene, man. You don't have to cut your hair. You know. Because I mean, Jared Leto, he like, goes, can I say it, balls deep on this channel? He goes balls deep, in all of his roles. He shaved his eyebrows off for the Suicide Squad and everything. And this time he didn't shave them. They just put they put prosthetic over him, and then just painted his face because again, it was just for that one scene.
Mm-hmm. See.
Belle, what'd you think about this when you saw it? This picture, like compared to what we got in the Nightmare scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Honestly, I didn't see this one yet. This is the first time.
Nice! Got a nice premiere shot right here. Yeah, so this was in the tweet that they put out last night with those other 3 pictures. This is the 4th one that they had on there. Was this concept art for what Joker was going to look like in the Nightmare sequence?
What is he wearing? I can't see.
No, you can't. Is it too small?
So it's a white tux with like a cowboy like 6-shooter belt around his like torso, and just regular pants and like the kind of semi-long hair that's in Suicide Squad.
Mm.
Oh, okay. So
his face looks just like that one scene in the Suicide Squad trailer that didn't make the movie, where his face is burnt on the side.
Yeah,
it looks just like that, basically.
They probably used that photo because this is just concept.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't think it looks bad, to be honest, but I like what we got in the Nightmare sequence better.
Yeah.
I do personally too.
Because like, why would he be wearing a tux with a bow tie in the middle of the apocalypse? And
he's
like
the
a
Joker. That's why.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean,
like, that's hot as hell.
I'm sorry. Wait. So you're telling me that Batfleck wearing his suit,
that's fair.
still wearing his towel, and everybody and their grandma knows that it's Bruce Wayne. Everyone knows he's Bruce Wayne, but he still decides he's going to wear the mask.
That's fair. Although there is armor in the cowl, so it can help him out.
Yes, I'll give you that. So it's a little give and take, Dawson.
I'm just asking the question, Ryan.
Oh shit!
I mean, he is Batman, though.
Yeah, he's Batman. That's who he is. Bruce died when his parents died. He's Batman. That's his identity. So that's who he's going to be in the apocalypse. Thank you, Belle.
It's not apocalypse. It's apocalypse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. So so today, all right, they dropped Zack dropped something fire. Like on this episode, I had already planned on like going really deep just into the conversation between Batman and Joker in the Nightmare sequence, but then he just like turned it on its head today. He dropped a clip with the we live in a society line, and it's a bit different than what we got. So let's see, watch that real quick.
Nah.
Yeah, right. My shit gets dropped. Yo, matter of fact,
this is starting to become a Nicotina stream. I mean, it always takes Nicotine like 20 minutes to pull.
You need the whole Batman like
no, not doing that at all.
No, you don't need the transition.
But by the way, there's a link to Twitch down below. If I happen to get bounced for any reason, because YouTube likes to fucking cut me off at the nuts every so often, just bounce on over to Twitch and finish watching. They do a lot. So, but here we go. You can play anytime you fucking want.
I don't think it wants to. Oh, there we go.
You know, it's funny. You would talk about people who died in my arms. Because when I held Harley Quinn and she was bleeding and dying, she begged me with her last breath that when I killed you, and make no mistake, I will fucking kill you, that I do it slow.
Is it glitching out for everybody else?
Yeah, I think it is. Hold on. Let me do this.
There we go.
Maybe this will come in handy. Honor? Really, Bruce? Honor? We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. By the way, who do you think screamed the loudest? The girl? Or the boy?
That's such a weird transition. The background.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, where'd that come from?
It's called CGI, Ryan.
All right. Initial thoughts on the difference, Belle. Do you have any thoughts like from what we got originally to this one?
I like the other one better. He's very honestly, just the few seconds of him, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, no, but I think he's the best Joker I've seen on live screen. I think he has a lot of potential to be the best Joker. And because he gives off that he's really nuts. He can really play that off. And I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
In
Did you see him in that other movie that came out recently with
Things?
Denzel? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was really good. I was like, yeah, he could play a nut.
He can play a nut. That's very observant of you. Yes. He can indeed play a nut. Yes.
Go ahead, Belle. Were you done? Did you have some more?
Yeah, I was done.
Dawson, what you think of that?
I think both are interesting in their own right. I think we live in a society where honor is a distant memory quote. I mean, I see the relevance, but it's also a situation where Joker's kind of stretching things just because he's a little crazy. Batman's I'm gonna honor that promise. Honor, really? I mean, it's a cool interaction.
Yeah.
And I think the whole who screamed loudest, the boy or the girl, or the girl, the boy line is pretty effed up. Pretty messed up and pretty sick, which again is a very Joker-esque thing.
Yeah,
but I agree with Bill. I think the one we got in the movie is just a little bit better. I think maybe having the whole conversation wouldn't have been a bad thing, but I think both were a very good option. And again, it shows how awesome they are together on screen. That either way, it would have been a really cool interaction, which is why we need a movie or a show with them together as Batman and Joker. Because Belle said, they could have the best Batman Joker, I guess, chemistry of any of them in film.
That chemistry is unreal. I was really surprised when I first saw it. I was like, damn, you can tell they have some sick twisted bond and a lot of past between them,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ryan, what'd you think of the two scenes compared to each other?
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
That's it. That's all we get from you.
Really good. They're really good. No, I think it just sort of gives credence to the multiverse in that in one instance they had this interaction, and in this other instance they had this interaction, but both are valid interactions because they both happened. So, and that's how Joker was like, how many different, times did you not, sacrifice yourself? You let somebody else, the same thing with when he was referencing Lois and all that, and so I mean I think they're all relevant, and I think that the drop today from Zack for this is just another breadcrumb, letting everybody know that hey, he's still interested in this thing. If he was done, again, he wouldn't have shot that in the first place. But if he was done, we wouldn't have seen this.
Right.
Maybe it would be an extra on the 4K Blu-ray or something like that. But him dropping this and we're all hashtag restore the Snyderverse and all that. I mean, and then I mean there's so many people that are close to him, coming out and saying that too, or retweeting or liking comments like that. I mean, I just think that, the buzz is good, so keep the buzz going.
Yeah,
and that's why I implored the help of Danny Garcia today, because if The Rock were to come out and tweet that shit, it's donezo. It's it. I mean, I'm sorry. There's nobody else. Even if Ben came out, and it was like, restore the Snyderverse, people would like Dawson would lose their mind. But if The Rock came out and did that,
yeah,
everybody across the board would lose their mind. It would be like, oh damn, people that like Ben Affleck's Batman, people that don't like Ben Affleck's Batman, they all love, Dwayne.
Rock,
So he's just got so much rapport with fans, and that if he did that, that'd be the last straw. Like, I'm sorry, the Warner Brothers executives would have to tuck their tail between their legs and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Dwayne put me on the street.
Yeah.
My thoughts. I do like the line from the other one better, where he says, "You sent a boy wonder to do a man." Like that. I've gotten so used to seeing that in that scene that's just chef's kiss. It's like a perfect Joker line. But as far as I do like the we live in a society part of it, but I do like the conversation between him and Joker better in the original cut. So I don't know if that's going to be like when it comes out on like Blu-ray or whatever, 4K, if that's going to be what in the because was that supposed to originally be in the Justice's Gray version?
I don't know.
Because we kept on hearing that something extra would be in that movie, and then it was just the same, just colored black and white. Maybe that was just something that was taken out of context, or maybe just something that someone said that someone just like stretched out there just because they thought it was true.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to say, really.
Yeah. Yeah, he just exactly what Ryan said. If The Rock says restore the Snyderverse, yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Or if he just tweeted out restored.
Well,
yo, dude.
Yeah, sure.
That would be awesome.
Restored without anything else, no context for it.
No context.
Yeah, we'd be like, what the fuck?
Restored. Does that have to do with
Zack
Black
said
Adam?
This scene won't be on the Blu-ray or 4K version because they wouldn't let him. Is he talking about that we live in a society?
Possibly.
Yeah, I prefer the "You're good, you almost had me" line. That was pretty fire too.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Y'all gonna hate the new Justice League team for Hamadaverse? Who is that?
Oh, from the Hamadaverse. Oh, okay.
Who is the new Justice League team for the Hamadaverse? Is it?
Well, he's just saying you're gonna hate it no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and nobody's been cast or revealed or anything like that yet.
Yeah, don't worry, Anthony. Calm down.
Yeah.
We can see you're getting all riled up.
No, I'm chill. So Dawson, you had a long stream today, and you did something that's pretty fire.
It's probably the longest stream of my career.
Yeah,
if I can even call it that.
Of your career?
That's what I said. If you could call it
that.
I said if you could call it that. It was a joke, people. Hard. Already heard it. Yes.
So you did a drawing that I happened to find very. I think it's fire.
Thank you.
Yes. And so here it is. Oh yeah. So you did the drawing off suggestions, right? From the.
Well, so this is the second stream I did of this series, and the first one I did with suggestions, and I'll do that most of the time. But today, because of course, the image that came out of Green Lantern and the clip of Joker, I was just like, I have to make them interacting in some way. Like, obviously, got to capitalize on the stuff that's fresh in everybody's mind. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to make him offer Green Lantern a truce. I'm going to make him do that because that sounds freaking hilarious.
Good job, Reese. Fantastic.
Yes. I was trying to remember who it was. Yeah. And yes, it was Reese.
Oh, wow. Reese didn't leave that big of an impression on Dawson.
No, it was that early in the stream. It was a 4.5 hour stream, man.
4.5 hours?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Hence why I said it was the longest of my quote-unquote career.
Oh, okay.
Well, you weren't paying attention.
No.
Oh, man.
Well, good job, man. Good job. I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice.
Thank you.
And this was done totally on stream, just like.
Yeah.
That's how long it took you to complete it, or like you were done and you were just chit chatting and shit.
That's how long it took me to complete it. I pretty much was done with it, and then like a minute later, I closed the stream.
What's that little the little box at the bottom? Is that like a Joker box?
That's my signature.
He said it's a joke. What up, Joey?
You see DJW in there.
There's a J.
Yes, in the middle.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Yes, it's yeah.
DJ Weidrich. So you like
my
your
dad's name.
parties and
So Belle,
you got a turntable.
What?
Ryan, what was your favorite scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Oh, it's always. I mean, still it's still the same. It's the Flash reversing time. That's just it's my favorite because it shows that Superman died again. He died twice, so I was like, wow, that's pretty fire. And yeah, you get to see everything sort of reverse as he's going forward, and he created a universe that where there was a universe where they failed, and so he went back and kind of reset that so they wouldn't fail, and I thought it was pretty cool. I like that he got the wind knocked out of him. I didn't quite like the whole. As I was saying in the other stream, the Coriolis effect, where the the parademon like studied it, and he was like, "Oh, if I shoot here, I'm gonna tag him." Yeah, I was like, "Man, that's a smart parademon."
Yeah, did not supposed to be.
That's a super smart parademon.
Belle, what'd you think of that scene? The Flash scene where he obviously reset things, and we saw how the movie ended.
That was one of my favorite scenes, especially the score.
Oh yeah,
the score.
It just shows how freaking powerful the Flash is, because I feel like sometimes the Flash, he can be underrated when it comes to the Justice League with his time travel and his speed and stuff. That's just my personal opinion. But this scene really showed, like, damn, like, just look how amazing that is. And like what he said, like Superman dying again and everybody, just disintegrating. And then him like forcing himself, basically, like him, like it was like a natural reaction. And I also believe this is the first time he did it. And he like learned about himself too in that scene.
Well, he also reversed time a little bit when they were resurrecting Superman.
Well, like to that
but he said, I got to break the rule. I got to break the rule. And he already had that rule there as well. So he knows about the rule. I don't know, like maybe he accidentally did something before Bruce met up with him because he knew about it. But he actually he reversed time twice in this movie, which I thought was like, yo, that's pretty dope. Yeah. For not just once, he did it twice, so that like he knows what the hell he's doing.
And it shows how much more boss of a character Flash is in the eyes of Zack Snyder than he is in the eyes of Joss Whedon. Obviously, with Joss Whedon saying, "Oh, just push people and run away." It's like, no, screw that. This guy resets time and saves the entire freaking Justice League and saves the world, right? While literally running on air as the ground is rematerializing under his feet. Like, that is, if there is a place you can contrast differences in how people view a character, that is the most ideal place to look.
Yeah.
Reese says, what parademon is Gary?
Gary?
Is Gary like Gary the snail?
I don't know.
Is that a SpongeBob reference?
That is a SpongeBob reference, right? Yeah, it's good job.
SpongeBob into this conversation.
I did.
So Dawson, man, you're okay. So Ryan's favorite scene was the Flash. What's your thoughts on the Flash scene at the end?
Well, again, it's absolutely fantastic. I thought it was really cool how he doesn't necessarily have to be running in order to enter the Speed Force.
Yeah.
It's just something he's able to access just like standing still and just making the decision, like entering the Speed Force now, basically. And also more of like a fight or flight instinct, right? I thought it was really, really cool. Again, the ground coming back together under his feet and how confident he was in it, and also the look of serenity he had on his face when he's like sending his like final message to his dad that he thinks might be his final message.
Yeah.
And just the rematerializing of Superman and Cyborg and just how all of that worked was just really, really cool. And it was probably, I mean, I really like the speedster sequence in that X-Men Days of Future Past movie, but at the same time, like this Flash one is probably the best example of a speedster scene I've ever seen. Like of someone being able to use their power in such a OP way to save everyone was just awesome.
No, I thought it was fire. Everything about that scene from the time it starts to when Bruce says, "Oh no," or when Cyborg says it's too late, when the box, like the Unity actually forms, and then Bruce says, "Oh no," I'm like, yo, oh, I was supposed to be laughing at. But yeah, when he says, "Oh no," and then everything just happens, and then Barry stops it. Dude, from that point on until the scene is done, is fire. Music, visual effects, the way Barry talks to himself as he's doing it is
some of the best writing. Pumping him up.
Yeah, he's just like, yo, I got to break this rule, and everything is right now, or whatever he says about time. It's all that shit's on another level. And so, So, Belle, your favorite scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League?
It's not like a humongous scene, but the scene where Wonder Woman meets Steppenwolf, and then Steppenwolf's all Amazon, and then she's like, just looking at him, and then he's all unlike your sisters. Like, I just love how he sniffed her out like quick. Like, he knew that he was up against a challenge. That was my favorite scene out of the whole entire film.
No, nice. Ryan, what'd you think about that scene that she just mentioned?
Oh yeah, sorry, not. I got somebody on the loose running around.
Yeah, I got you.
So I didn't get to hear too much. Which one was it? Real quick. Sorry, he was.
No, it's fine.
He was just like, ah! I was like, okay.
The scene where they're in the tunnel and
Steppenwolf
is when he's getting ready to fight Diana.
Oh, okay. Like when she's like, I belong to no one. And
but not the specific dialogue between her and Steppenwolf when he tells her, unlike your sisters, stronger. I really love that scene. It's a really
okay. When he's trying to figure her out. Right. When he understands that she's more than what they were.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like how he deduced that. The only thing, and that was awesome in that scene, but then at the end in the final battle, he sort of used the same tactic, like, you could have saved your sisters if you'd been there. I was like, dude, you've already, I mean, you're like, I get it, you're a douche, but I was like, damn, he's using the same tactic again.
Same tactic.
Because he was saying the same thing. He said that, the queen, screamed for her life or whatever, and then he told her later on that you could have helped him, but you weren't there. And the queen's dead and all that, and she's like, liar. Did you watch the movie?
I did watch, but most of the stuff you're mentioning is in the final battles, which she
No, it's in both.
No, it is.
He references his Amazonian sisters because he had already been there. And he recognized who she was from there because of the way she was dressed and her tactics, and he was putting things together that she belonged to, Themyscira, basically,
right,
where he once was. And then at the end, in the final battle at the silo, he brought it up again, sort of like a taunting thing, the island is no more and all this other stuff. So I liked the first time he used that tactic in the dam, or where the when Aquaman came and saved him in that one little place where they were saving Silas and the other people. I like that interaction more than I like the second part at the end, where he was using the same thing. But then
I still don't get what you mean by using the same thing, because you said like he was trying to figure out and said you're stronger, not like your sisters. He was just eyeing her out. But then the end battle, yes, is where he's like, yeah, you could have been there, you could have saved them.
But he said the same thing. That she wasn't there when he took the mother box. So he was still taunting her, but at that time he was still trying to figure out who he was fighting, because he thought, okay, she's just a normal Themyscirian.
When he took the mother box, then, what mother box are you talking about?
The first one.
Yeah.
They said he said it when he took the mother box. It's like,
no.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said, and it was really confusing. No. Not really making a lot of sense here.
Okay, so that was my thoughts on that scene.
Also, what did you think about the initial scene, the initial contact between Steppenwolf and Diana?
I like. I liked it a lot. In fact, I think we saw on the show, I can't remember what show it was, where someone showed like an animated version of that scene.
Dude, that's fire.
Where it was like an animated, like drawn version of Steppenwolf, and it was like really cool, almost like the Clone Wars cartoon style.
Yeah,
which is really dope. I really like that interaction. Just Steppenwolf overall in this version is just so much better. It's indescribable how much more of an improvement he is.
Yeah. No, that scene is.
You do, yeah.
Yes. By the end of the movie, yeah. That scene is fire. I do like the way she comes in, and before that, what you're talking about happens. He looks at his axe, which is what that animated thing was.
Yeah.
Was him looking back and forth at his axe, and then looking back at Diana like, should I try to grab this? Is she gonna get me? And she busts, obviously smashes him through the wall, and they have that little interaction. Did you guys miss the little piece of dialogue that said, "My axe is still slick with the blood of your sisters"?
No.
Well, yeah, no. That's what I was referencing. Is that he was taunting her, but he didn't really know who she was yet. He thought she was just Themyscirian because of how she was dressed. Until he fought her, then he was like, "Oh snap! You're not like them. You're stronger."
Yeah, he said you have the blood of the old gods in you.
Yeah.
Once the thing collapsed and they got down to the bottom. So
yeah,
Dawson, your favorite scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Anything with Batman.
Well, I mean, honestly, if I'm being really honest here, I just loved the small interactions between Bruce and Alfred in this movie. I think they were done so much better than they were in Justice League, and it was just a natural continuation of the relationship established in Batman v Superman, which, by the way, I finally got it out of my living room. There you go. Boom. Remastered.
There you go.
So eat it, everybody.
Dang. Wow. So everybody that doesn't have it has to suck one, huh?
It's mine.
Yeah, no,
but no. But no, I just love, like, for example, the where the helicopter that Bruce took after seeing Arthur, and he sees Alfred, and they're talking while they're getting to the other plane, and also when they're in the Wayne Aerospace, when just having the conversation about resurrecting Superman, and all just the small things they do, including like when they're in the tunnel and Alfred's like celebrating that the dissipator and like the gauntlet worked. He's like, "Celebrate later, Alfred. I need the Nightcrawler." Just like small stuff like that. It's like,
I liked his interaction with Diana more, where they were doing the tea, and he
that was good too.
Mess up the tea.
That was
pretty
too.
funny.
But like, just Alfred and Bruce Wayne in particular, just having that repertoire with each other and just talking with each other like they should and like they do in most iterations of the characters. It was just very, very nice to see in comparison to Alfred and Justice League saying, "No, this is the team." It's like, no.
Alfred, are you seeing this? It's 3 boxes on a wall.
It's same as Lex Luthor's notes, which he definitely would not have. No, it was just so much better this time around, and it does the heart good as a diehard Batman fan to see that chemistry be so good.
He said Lex Luthor's notes that he definitely would not.
He wouldn't.
For me, it's that the Superman hologram scene is fired.
Yeah.
I can't. That the music builds up, and they're just like, and Barry's just like, am I going to say it? And he's just like, and it just, the way the way Zack set up that shot where the 2 cameras just rotated around the entire thing. And you caught everybody's like reactions to what every other member of the league was saying. And then when Cyborg throws on the hologram and the way it started, because we've all seen the one spot where he's jumping up, but you actually see it from the beginning, and it's fired. I don't know. That got me. When I saw that shit, I was like, okay, let's fucking go.
And what's funny about that is in some of the special features that we've seen on YouTube for Justice League the first time around, Zack Snyder was talking about that shot. And he's like, I wish we had a 3rd camera where we can get like more shots. Like he wished he had more. And it's just like, dude, you made that awesome shot. Like, I get trying to be a perfectionist, but
a third camera might have, I don't know, it might have been too much, because 2 cameras was enough. Like the scene felt complete. I didn't feel like I was missing anything out of it, not unless he meant for there to be something else for us to see. So yeah, I was fine. That's fire. Belle, what'd you think of that scene, the Superman hologram scene in the movie?
I like that scene a lot too. I got chills when I saw it because, like you said, the music and just the way it looked. I remember back in the day, a lot of us thought it was Supergirl. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah. We all thought it was Supergirl too. So
yeah,
you know,
Don't do that to me.
No, we all thought it was Supergirl. Yeah. You have to take the L. You know, we all thought it was.
Joey says the last thing he could.
1.21 gigawatts.
21 gigawatts.
Joey, wow. Yeah. What'd you think of
Can't be
it?
done. Yeah, 2 cameras, not 3, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's right for sure.
Yeah, the hologram, the Superman hologram was cool. I got more chills when he came in, and Steppenwolf hit him with the axe, and he blew on the axe, and that that was Dunzo. And then he, God, I can't remember if he punched him, but you heard the music from Man of Steel, and that's what like got me as far as
he
like
drop
Superman.
kicked him.
Yeah. Oh God, the drop kick was awesome. Yeah. I was like, that was dope.
This is the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
What the hologram scene do for you, Dawson?
I thought it was really cool. I mean, when we saw it in the trailer, I was like, okay, that's an awesome, iconic Superman pose. That was really well done. I just love the fact that you see Bruce looking at it, and you see his reaction, like, man, well, we need him right now, and I kind of screwed the pooch on this. I kind of inadvertently led to his death. Sorry. Like you could just tell on his face he was regretful for all things he had done. So
Superman 29 is a gem. I mean, if you find it anywhere, I would purchase it right away.
Yeah, right away is if you see it. Yeah, so that scene is, I can't even, just like thinking about it, and also with the one when you talking about Ryan too, when he hopped in and he hits him with the axe, and it's like, yo, I'm not impressed. Straight fire.
Yeah,
I there's just not much more I can say about that before I lose my mind about that shit because it's so fire. All right, what you guys think about this scene right here,
dude?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the what do you call this? What kind of shot is it? The money shot. The money shot.
The hero shot.
Oh yeah, and I'm sorry, the money shot. I think it's very well composed. I mean, you could have had Batman swinging in or whatever, but to have the Batmobile there as the centerpiece, and they're all sort of around it or in front of it, protecting them a little bit. I mean, that's the kind of shot that you would want to hang on your wall,
Yeah, agreed.
Belle, what'd you think about it? When you first saw it, like when the shit slowed down and it kind of froze for a second and it was this fire, what'd you think?
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite shot though.
Yeah, I liked it as well. Dawson, what'd you think about it?
I thought it was kind of like what Ryan was saying, like the fact the Batmobile is the thing that's centered in the middle, and the fact that you have Wonder Woman basically flying, right, and along with Cyborg, like all of them are literally doing an iconic pose to some degree. Like the Flash, of course, is running. That's what he does. Aquaman's about to throw his freaking trident or thrust his trident to something. Cyborg's flying. Wonder Woman's flying. Batman is being the guy with the toys. And utilizing his gadgets. Like it just encompasses all the different roles of the Justice League all in one image. I mean, yeah, there's some things about like the CGS on the faces that isn't quite right, but it's like a very, very short moment where like they're in motion. So like you kind of forgive that,
And then Alfred says, "This is the team." Right at that point.
I thought it was fire. It when it happened, because I remember Dawson, because the picture, I guess when who released the picture of it, like the snapshot?
Zack Snyder.
No, it was was it Vanity Fair or
some one of those? One of them released it, and you posted it, and I was like, dude, where'd you get this from? And you were like, yo, I got it from here, and I was like, wait a minute, they showed that shit, and then like I honestly, I wasn't expecting it to even be in the movie, but it was, and it's fire. It's a money shot. What is a money shoot?
A money shoot. It's the money shoot. Come on now.
Yes. A superhero shot? No, let's cut. That's exactly what I was doing, is chopping shit out of the movie. Like, yo, none of that works.
We need more jokes.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the humor in the movie though? Like, I thought it was pretty well placed. It wasn't as bad as in the original one. Ryan, what'd you think about the humor that they had in there?
Yeah. Humor was definitely on point. I mean, it was subtle, so that's what it should be. You know, nothing was over the top. Nobody was thirsty in this film, so we're good to go.
Yeah, thank goodness for that one.
What'd you think about it, Dawson? The humor.
I remember when things were first being reported, and they were saying like, "Oh, this is a lot more funny than I was expecting." I was almost a little fearful. I was like, okay, did they go too far with this? But at the same time, I was like, nah, it's Zack. He wouldn't go too far with humor. That's not what he does.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I just got to trust that like this isn't going to be some obnoxiously over the top comedic thing, and it wasn't. Right? Like Ryan said, it was all subtle, and there were some small moments where like those jokes were kind of done in Justice League, but it was different verbiage, different dialogue, and also made sense in the setting of when it was said. Right? It made sense in the context. Like, if you have jokes set up in proper context where it makes sense and it worked for the story and it makes sense to the situation the characters are in, then it's welcome. But if you go out of your way and, you know, try and make a joke out of nothing, then at that point I have a problem. But it didn't happen in this movie. This movie, they had dialogue in very proper places. Like, you know, Barry was very well handled. Just again, subtle things like Ryan said. It was just very, very well done, and it wasn't too much. It was just enough to lighten the tension in some parts where it needed it.
And Belle, what'd you think about the humor in the movie?
I have to agree with Dawson. It's the right amount. The only, like, it might be a nitpick, but the only scene that was kind of like was when he said "snackful." I was like, no. But like, it was the right amount.
There was one scene that Matt brought it up, but I agreed with it. It would have been funny, and he's a Batman fan. So when like the Flash has the Batarang and he's looking at it, and he's like, "Can I keep this?" It would have been funny if they cut back to Bruce and he was like, "No."
Yeah, because we had seen that particular line several times. I thought it was okay. Some of it, like the snack hole, and then when he was like, "Ooh, the bat signal," like I totally thought that was not Zack's.
I actually thought that was not Zack's as well.
Yeah, I thought that was. It's kind of, he said it, so obviously it was, and I was like, okay. Well, I mean, didn't
or the same thing when Flash was on the rooftop, like, oh, that was rude. I didn't think that was Zack's either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but he did. When the movie was in production, when they had that one time, they had all those critics and stuff come to the set. They did say that was one of the scenes that they saw that Zack showed them, was that particular scene that he had already like cut up. So like, but I still, for some reason, did not expect. I expected that rooftop. Remember one time we analyzed the rooftop scene on a stream, and it was just like, and so I expected it to be 1000% different, and it was different, but it wasn't.
It worked. It worked. The only issue that I ever had with the rooftop is that you would have heard Cyborg flying in. Like, he makes too much noise. Like when he flew in and like met Wonder Woman on the street.
Like a jet.
You heard him, right?
Yeah,
like you would hear him. He wouldn't just like come out of nowhere. And then leaving as well, you'd hear him leave. Batman's the only one that can do the whole like, I'm gone. It would have been funny had like Bruce or Batman left and everybody else was there, like, and like Gordon's like, no, this is normal. He does this.
Yeah. So now the humor was, it was all right. Hold on, let me see. So okay, nightmare sequence in general, like from start to end. Belle, like, what are your thoughts? Like, from the moment you see the parademon crash on the rooftop of the car, and then to the like it fading at the end, when Superman comes down, like, what were your thoughts on the performances, on the dialogue used there, on Mara?
I know there's a lot of like controversy with Amber Heard, but I don't care about that. I think she freaking kills it as Mira, especially in the nightmare scene. I want more. Like, it's just so like I preferred to actually see more nightmare than the actual regular timeline. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you can do so much. Well, he can do so much with those characters and kind of like push his limits more when it comes to the darker aspects. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, in this timeline, Superman being Injustice Superman, pretty much. Yeah. And then all the other characters being in you know, they're still their persona. You know, Flash is still Flash, Cyborg is still Cyborg, but at the same time, they're all like altered a little bit in a sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like that was probably one of my favorite scenes too, because I that's why I love BVS so much, because it's so freaking dark, and like the nightmare scene in BVS was one of my favorite scenes too. And I remembered when I was like, man, I really want to watch more of this. And then when I actually saw it in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I was like, oh yes, more. So I just want more nightmare. Give me more nightmare.
Nice. I mean, we just need to get that second JL movie, and then we got it. So
the Nightmare movie, yes, that's according to Zack. That's what the second one is. Dawson, Nightmare sequence. What do you think?
Well, first off, I love the fact that Batman's just like, you know what, I'm gonna effing kill you. Make no mistake about it. Okay, like screw you. You've been a thorn in my side for too long. I need your help, but you're done after this. Yeah. I loved Joe Manganiello's just very brief moments as Deathstroke. Just like talking with Batman, strategizing and saying like, you think it was a good idea bringing him along? You really think so? He's like, yeah, what do you think, man? This sucks. I hate that I have to do this. Yeah. I really liked Cyborg and how he's just like kind of like the safety guy of the group. You see how fearful he is of Superman finding them, and it just shows very, very well. Again, props to Ray Fisher for that. And with Belle, like, yeah, I kind of have to agree. I think people gave Amber Heard a little bit too much crap for that scene. Like, I get some people have issues with her, and I don't get into that either, just because that's like a domestic dispute, and I just don't care to go into that. But I think she did a pretty good job. It was cool to see that she had an accent in this one compared to Justice League, which made her more of a foreign character in that world, which she is. She lives at the bottom of the ocean. It just makes sense. And I just love the atmosphere. I love the fact, and this is a kind of a subtle thing that a lot of people didn't really notice, is the fact that Zack snuck in his own versions of parademons amongst the ones that were greenlit for the movie, and even had one of those in the nightmare sequence, the more like bug-like ones with the creepy legs and such, and just made him a little more terrifying, which I'm just like, it's all welcome in my book. And I also love the subtle fact that Mira's carrying around a gas tank full of water for herself. Because like you learn from Diane in this movie that Atlanteans, of course, they breathe water. So they need water to survive. And since Mira's a full-on Atlantean, she would need that, which makes sense why she carries that water just to keep her alive enough, you know, even though there's like no ocean anymore.
It's a little bit different for Mira. She's able to breathe. And they mentioned that in the Aquaman movie. She brings it for kind of like the wine scene in an Aquaman, where like, you know, she takes all the wine and kills that one Atlantean. She's bringing it as a weapon, and that's the reason or purpose for like for that. There are different levels of, or different sort of, I guess, hierarchy of Atlanteans, like ones that can't come out of water, and the ones that can, like, you know, same thing with Amber Heard when she was, you know, walking around, they made the Pinocchio joke or whatever, you know, she is part of that echelon or that type of Atlantean that can come out of water.
Also remember that her dad's alive in Aquaman and her parents are dead in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So there might be a slight difference. Well, you know, so it could be that difference. And yeah, I could definitely see her using it as a weapon. Sure. But like, I don't know. I don't think that the fact that it happens in Aquaman means that automatically means it happens in Zack Snyder's Justice League, just because, again, there are differences there.
There are differences, but there are also similarities, and
As will happen in a comic book movie, yes.
Well, there you go. But yeah, the nightmare sequence as a whole, it was pretty good. What I liked about it most was that it was shot. You know, what I liked about most, but because it wasn't a part of the Justice League movie. It was something that Zack wanted to add additionally, and he wouldn't have done that had it been, just a one and done kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have any intentions, doesn't want to come back, doesn't want to do anything else, doesn't want to pursue it. Another reason why I like the nightmare sequence in the movie is because it ties with BVS. Like you see the Flash in the outfit in the nightmare sequence, so you're like, oh, that's why. Because a lot of people were like, the Flash comes out and he's in a weird suit and he was in the Batcave and what's that about? And then you just all of a sudden you see him. Flash had no dialogue, but you see him in the outfit and you're like, okay, I can mentally make a tie with BVS.
It's amazing what happens when you continue a narrative, right? It's amazing what happens. You make connections. Who would have thunk?
Well, in the other movie, Justice League, there was absolutely no nightmare sequence.
Right.
So it's like so if that was canon, which a lot of morons think is, then what was the whole point of the Flash being in the Batcave? No reason whatsoever. It was in and out, done, and made zero sense. And so why would you want that movie to be canon?
Which made it even more confusing for people to try to go back and watch BVS.
Yeah,
after they saw Justice League, they'd be like, "Well, wait a minute, I'm still not finding this." Besides the fact that Superman died, and they talk about it in Justice League. Nightmare sequence to me was fire, just from start to finish. Very well done. I do kind of lean more to what Ryan was saying about her using the water cans for. What up, Matt? using the water cans.
That's why I'm using this one. Oh my god.
Using the water cans for a weapon as opposed to what she needed, just because, and also the way she used the little bit of moisture on Arthur's forehead in the movie to like resurrect this huge thing so that they could find where the trident was.
And they also showed that ability when she was trying to like suck the blood or whatever out of Steppenwolf. She has that ability.
That shit was fire. Yeah, but in the Nightmare sequence, you're right. It's that thing that was needed to. Even though Bruce mentions in the movie, he mentions, when he's talking to Diana, he's like, "Yo, Barry was right here in the Batcave, and he said this and that." And there was that conversation about there's a key, every heart has one or whatever. Still, you needed that visual like thing to like say, "Yo, look, I saw this in this movie, and like it's continued." Obviously, the best part about it, besides the dialogue with Mara, is the conversation he has with Joker, which is just fired. I don't know if we can get any that was, and a lot of that was just it wasn't written. So especially when Zack was talking about how the we live in a society line, Jared just wanted to say it, so he let him do it, and obviously we saw the results of that. Matt, since you just joined us, what is your favorite scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Scene of Justice.
And we're not even unmuted. Okay. He gave me a lousy headphone. So what did he say? You have the good headphone.
Your favorite scene in the movie?
Yeah. What's your favorite scene in? I'll interpret. What is your favorite scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League movie that came out this year?
Flash reversing time.
I already said that.
I'll say it again.
No, if that's your favorite scene, then
yeah, that's my favorite scene. And the score, I'm starting to like it more and more than the original score. Because at first I didn't like it. I thought it was a terrible change. And then it's starting to grow on me more. So I definitely thought that was cool.
Nice.
Because I think he does it multiple times. Like that's the first of many times that he tries to fix the timeline for when they screw up or when they lose or something.
It's the second one, yeah.
Well, for the future, I'm talking about.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Also,
he's going to continue, and that was the reference that the Joker was making, because I think the Flash continues to screw with time, and so like the Joker kind of understands that. Yeah, this is what happens.
That's why we have different outcomes of Superman and Batman.
Oh yeah, right. Like so in one instance, Mara says that Superman is the one that killed Aquaman. And then in another situation, Darkseid is the one that we saw, like when Cyborg was attached to the Kryptonian terminal.
Well, I will say all she said was, "I'll make him pay for what he did to Arthur." Now that could mean he either betrayed Arthur and led Darkseid to Atlantis, or it can mean that he killed her. It's not really definitive as to if that's the difference there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll go with that because since we don't have a definitive.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm.
That's a good loophole, but I think like again, it could be different outcomes. I mean, like because I
It
mean,
could
if they
be.
are messing with time a lot, then I like with BVS, it's like, how did Batman escape when Superman had him down there? Like we don't know. Like it could be like he could have died down there, and then in this highway scene at the end of Justice League, he could have died there too. It's just different outcomes of things happening. Like I don't know. That's just what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that is interesting. That he saw that in the nightmare sequence in BVS, and then where he legitimately got killed because Superman pushed a hole in his chest, and then. So does he die on the highway, or so? I see what you guys are saying now. That there's probably multiple because he probably dies on the highway, and then obviously he dies there. And the Flash just keeps running backwards, running in time to change everything back, and they just keep fucking it up.
Yeah, and then he ultimately, I would hope that he ultimately does his big jump, and he goes back into the past and screws that up, and that's what the Flash movie's about. But we don't know that because we don't know what the hell Warner Brothers is doing anymore.
No one does. They don't even know what they're doing.
This right here is probably what they need to do.
To space and just be like dead. And so, okay, so there's always like, so they had 2 windows, right, to do the jump. And Cyborg says like, what, which of these 2 windows do you think we should use? And Bruce was like, well, what window would you have put me through if you didn't ask? And he's like, this one. And then he's like, use the other one. Because that one you already did, and it was the wrong one. Barry Allen was in my freaking Batcave yelling at me about like nonsense. You need to put him through that other one, because that's the one that will, because he had to jump right before Darkseid boom tubes into the Batcave to murder Lois, so you have to like. Anyway, so that was the window that he had to like.
I can't believe those people are still shocked by that. I mean, it's old news now, you know.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the Snyder Cut. I've seen that clip a million fucking times. So, what you guys think? Okay, Belle, when they actually showed Superman with the burnt corpse and Darkseid standing over him in the movie, that shit was dope.
Oh, that was another favorite scene of mine. I want to see that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to see, something that dark, but that I think is gonna. How do I explain this? That's gonna be what turns Superman evil, obviously. So that's probably one of the scenes that the Flash has to go. Not the Flash, my bad. Batman needs to go to undo it. I don't know if you guys seen the storyboards that got released.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys read them?
Yeah.
Like what was supposed to happen, the original slate and all that. I think that's still gonna happen, but a lot of stuff's gonna get tweaked here and there. Because now the Joker is a part of the Nightmare timeline. He wasn't before. It was supposed to be Deadshot, I believe. Yeah. Not Deathstroke or Joker. So that scene right there, I think that's the scene where he needs to go to stop all that. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that and then see that eventually if the Snyderverse continues, which it will eventually.
Yeah, it'll just take some time. It'll take some patience. Oh man, I was surprised that I wasn't shocked that Zack had the cojones to show that. I wasn't shocked at all, but the fact that we just saw that in general, I was just like, okay. it raises the stakes. You know, like in DC and superhero movies in general, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, we know this character's going to survive, so where's the stake in all this?" Like, well, there it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a character's love interest dying brutally at the hand of a mad like god, basically. And so that's the stakes that you have here. That's something that really makes it a dark and serious story that you have to take seriously. And it's very DC-esque. Like things like that happen in DC all the time. There's different situations where characters experience loss. A lot of it has to do with Batman, of course, because you know he's the darker character. But it's loss that powers and drives great stories. And that's exactly what this is supposed to inspire here. Some people will be like, "Oh, I don't want Lois to die. Like Lois is never supposed to die." I was like, "Well, she's a human, so yes, she's supposed to die eventually." I don't know what your problem is, but I just think it's a very impressive way to make it understandable, like you said, Belle, for Superman to succumb to the anti-life equation. Because yeah, when you lose somebody you love, you go into a very dark place on the inside emotionally, and so when you're in that situation, you're going to be susceptible to corruption and manipulation, and it just makes sense.
Ryan, your thoughts on them showing Lois like straight cooked up and
yeah, I mean it wasn't as gory as it could be. It was like you could see the white bones. It wasn't like charred, I don't think.
No.
I'd have to watch that again, but very interesting. I mean, it's very cool. I mean, like Dawson was saying, it raises the stakes. Somebody's gonna die. It's either Lois or Batman, and we know that Batman's gonna be the one that bites the dust or takes the Omega Beam at the end of the day. And then his character dies. He doesn't. Alfred doesn't see him later on. Eating in Paris or whatever with Catwoman. He's legitimately dead. So that character is no more. And yeah, so I mean that's very interesting. Matt,
I would like. I know he's gonna die, but I hope like it's not like he just pushes Lois out of the way and takes the beam. I hope it's like he fights back. I don't know how they would introduce the Hellbat armor, but that would be really cool if they brought that into this and they fought he fought Darkseid. That'd be so freaking cool.
And then Batman doesn't die, and he opens up his chest, and it's like a letter from 1955.
Oh my gosh! Everything's Back to the Future.
That's a fire movie.
It is pretty good. Yeah, I thought I wasn't shocked at it, but I was surprised. I guess I should say. I was like, "Oh shit!" So there's that. And then obviously after we saw it, like the next day, there was just like straight up TV spots that showed that shit. And I was just like, "Oh, so we're gonna just go ahead and give away all of that," which was pretty odd. Geek Studios, all right, peace out, man. Metropolis, dude, chill, homie. More like Back to the Future, Joey. Joey's been having a couple of sips tonight, man. So we're about to hit an hour and a half. We're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up. Anybody got any final thoughts? Belle, what's your final thoughts? Zack Snyder's Justice League and on the stream in general.
It's a very satisfying film. Like I said, it's not my favorite out of the DCEU. BVS just will always. I don't think any movie could go up against BVS. That's just my opinion. But it's number 3 on my list, on my top DCEU film list. It goes BVS, Man of Steel, and then now Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, yeah, it's a satisfying film for us Zack Snyder fans.
Nice. And Belle, tell everybody where they can find you, social media and things.
You guys can find me on Instagram and here on YouTube. I'm on Belle Reve Mendez, and it's like the DC prison, but instead of the BELLE, it's just Belle, BELL Reve Mendez. And then on Instagram, you can find me on Belle_Rev dot. And then Twitter, Juniper Gonzo.
Nice. Dawson, man, final thoughts and where they can find you.
Oh, like Belle said, this movie is very satisfying for Zack Snyder fans. Been wanting something for about 3.5 to 4 years, and it's a perfect example of what can be done when a director is not limited by an idiotic studio that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. It just makes sense, and I really like it a lot. I've been watching it so much over the past week when I could, outside of work, and it's always fun to hop on a stream with you, Anthony. Always fun to hop on a stream with all you guys. It's great to meet you, Belle. By the way, I gotta say, I think I saw a stream of yours a couple weeks ago, and I saw the name of your channel. I was like, that's clever. So bravo on that. That's very, very clever. I really like that. And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at NIMW32 and on Vero at Dawson Weidrich, and of course my YouTube channel, Nerdy in Many Ways, name right here. So yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yes, always a pleasure, man. You're always welcome. Ryan and Matt, final thoughts on where they can find you. I got that shirt, Matt, by the way. It's fire. Let's get it from Target.
Hey, it's Batman v Superman.
Final thoughts. I think sequels are inevitable for Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes.
Like just with all the content that he keeps coming out with new stuff every time. Like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. It's just like, to me, it's like, it's definitely coming, man. They're trying to keep it relevant, and it's going to stay relevant. You can find me at Mad Matt Vids on any social media platform, and you can find me on the Zebrafet channel. We will be uploading more content. I'm here. I'm home, so I'm gonna pump out as many videos as I can. And ACS, I'm still waiting on my shirt.
Yes,
where the hell?
It's coming, man. It's coming.
Called out.
That was unscripted. I did not tell him to say that.
Yeah, it's coming. You probably did though.
I can show you my shirt that I got from
It's coming.
That'll
help.
Final thoughts.
Right.
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying follow me on Twitter. I like to post relevant stuff. Like today. Please stop reading.
See you guys next time, ladies and gentlemen. No, go ahead, man.
No. You're waiting on you. Yeah, no, it's all good. I thought you were going to do it earlier. That's why I was sort of prolonging. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, Scott Mendelson, posted some crap today. Don't read his article. Don't give that guy any clicks or views.
I didn't even see that.
And then I hit up Danny Garcia today on Instagram as well as Twitter. Send positive, tweets to her and all that about Restore the Snyderverse. If she can get, Dwayne on board, because she represents Dwayne and Henry. So if she can get Dwayne on board for that particular hashtag, like I said, it's pretty much done. It's a sealed deal. I believe it's sealed anyway, but you got to have some more support, man. And what better support than somebody who wants to have a connected universe like Dwayne does. But yeah, you can definitely follow me on Twitter, like we said, just definitely follow me. And yeah, check out our content. We have a lot of stuff that we do, and we're reviewing. And I saw that I saw the show Invincible. So the first 2 episodes. It was pretty good. It's interesting. Oh, really? Very interesting. Nice. Yeah, I recommend watching it.
If you like The Boys and just Justice League animated in general, you'll like it.
Yeah. It's very DC animated sort of esque, and then it's pretty graphic like The Boys. So I recommend it. It's pretty interesting. And yeah, that's my final thoughts.
Yeah, for me, movie was fire. Just I can't recommend it enough. If you haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League yet, you probably aren't watching this. So then, yeah, there's that. If you are watching this, I'm sure you've seen the movie at least 5 times or whatever. Real quick before we bounce, I want to shout out my patrons of the channel. Thank you guys for supporting. Wonder Man Ryan, who's on the panel, Dawson,
right.
Nicotina, who.
You said that so negatively. Nicotina's on there.
And the newest patron of the channel, Ohio Dave, has joined the ranks.
Right on.
Yeah, nice. So I appreciate you all for that. You can find me here on this channel that you're watching now. Like, subscribe. Hopefully I don't go this long before I post another like solo episode of the channel. Belle, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Thank you. You're welcome back anytime you want to come. And of course, Dawson, Ryan, Matt, you guys are.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right.
Great.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find the time.
All right, ACS Universe out.